Hey everybody, and welcome back to Cheap Comic Collector. This is episode number 479. It's October 6th. And today we'll be looking at some comics, but we're also going to go back to starting to take a look at some Disneyana merchandise that I've got. Um, so I picked out one of my favorite pieces to share with you today. Um, and just something to mix things up a little bit. I want to get back to having a variety of things going on, and as I've mentioned earlier, but then life got in the way, and I haven't actually gotten around to doing any of it. So, today we're gonna take a look at a piece of Disneyana, and then we are going to do a review, and then we'll get into some comic books that'll be in the sales next Saturday. And that's the plan for today. So sit back, relax. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button if you could, and subscribe if you haven't. And we'll get to it. I'm just going to flip this camera around right so I can share this piece with you. And I'm going to have to back up a bit so that you can actually see the whole thing. This is a snow globe sculpture. It came out in 2004. It's was available online and in the Disney catalog. I think the original retail price was like $129. If I remember correctly, I got mine for like around $50 because I got it as part of a bulk lot that somebody was selling on eBay. And this has just got so much detail in it. It's one of my most favorite Disneyana things that I have. It's loosely based on an old cartoon from, I think, the 1930s called Mickey's Circus. The name of this one is actually Mickey's Big Top Circus. But it also has elements from other cartoons. So it's just loosely based on that. Basically, it's just a circus-themed thing, which, that circuses are kind of not politically correct anymore, at least not ones with animals. Then we'll probably never see the cartoon again, or things like this. So, and at the top you've got, you know what? Let me wind it here. So we got some music playing. So at the top you got Mickey as a ringmaster. A lot of detail in this too, just little things like these flags that are on the sides. Stuff that Disney wouldn't probably even bother with today. It might, put their cost up by 10 cents or something if they did that today. But I love all the detail in this. Just the flowers and the grass. This elephant is fantastic. This monkey is actually from another Mickey Mouse cartoon called Mickey's Man Friday. You got Minnie Mouse riding the elephant with her parasol sticking through the top of the snow globe. I got this cool giraffe. And then as you turn it, you notice all these details, right? All the work that went into this. The seal down here on a ball. The penguin, I believe that's the penguin from Donald's Penguin. You got Donald in a band leader's outfit, juggling balls. You got Goofy over here in a patriotic Stiltwalker costumes, similar to like the Uncle Sam outfits that they would wear around the 4th of July. And he was probably still Dippy Dog at that point, back in the 30s, that this was based on. I don't even know who this character is, if this is somebody who was... Let's see if I can get a look at his face here. Just, I don't know. It's not a character I recognize. It may be one from the old Mickey's Circus cartoon, or it may just be a figure that they wanted to put in there. And then you got these two kids holding the balloons. This is Elmer Elephant and and Tilly Tiger from the Elmer Elephant cartoon, which was actually a silly symphony, I believe, even though it wasn't a traditional silly symphony because it was more, it was a story rather than being just music like some of the most of the silly symphonies were. And then you got these amazing poster work around this platform. You got the seals, the seal band, and you got horse collar as the strong man, and Clarabelle Cow's on there. There's a trapeze artist. You got Pluto, King of the Jungle, and then and even the wine knob, even the crank for the music is, is themed instead of it just being a crank. Got a poster for trained tigers in there that you can barely see. You just got to really look for the details on this. And then, of course, you have the three globes that they do have glitter in them, but of course, shaking this thing is like almost like it's not light. Unfortunately, the music doesn't play as well as it once did. I had a nephew or a niece or somebody wind it too tight, and it doesn't really play at the speed that it should anymore. See if there it goes. Just a very cool sculpture, and I really enjoy this one. And that's pretty much it. That's it. It's just so many details in it compared to the stuff they produce nowadays, and just amazing. I looked it up on eBay. There's two on there. I think one's for $250, one's for like $350. I didn't look into details to see if there was anything wrong with them or whatever, but I wouldn't. I don't think I would sell this unless I was in desperate need, because it is one of my very favorites. So, anyway, hope you thought that was cool. I certainly do. And we will get rid of this and go up top so we can show you some comics. Hope you're having a good day. And I'll probably have to listen to this for a while now. Oh, I said that and it turned off. Cool. And so, these are the only two comics that I've read recently, unfortunately. Zoom in a little bit. And turn the light on. So this is number 3 of The Spirit, The Origin Years. Turns out there's actually like 12 issues of this, I think 10 or 12. And this has got another great article in it about Will Eisner's days when he was developing The Spirit, when he used to work with Jerry Iger. A lot of insight into what he thought of Jerry Iger and the whole comic book industry that was just beginning, and so on and so forth. The stories in here were from 1940. You got one that is about this clown who basically the beautiful trapeze artist is promising to love him and marry him if he kills people for her and steals for her and does things like that. So, of course, the spirit gets involved. And then the second story is... I forget. Did I read this one? I did read this one, but it was late at night. And to be honest, I don't remember a whole lot about it. It was kind of a straightforward adventure story, despite the fantastic art on it. There you're just catching some crooks down by the docks, from what I remember. Probably more to it than that, since it's a Will Eisner story, but it's not reminding me. I wonder if I finished this. I thought I did. Yeah, I remember reading this one, so... and this one is about a guy, and spirit tries to help him impress a girl, but she's more in love with this spirit, basically, than she is her fiance. And then this one was about these 4 sons who, 20 years after the death of their father, they regather to punish the people who killed him, which is basically, you know, the judge, the attorney, and so on and so forth, because he was a criminal. And what happens with that. So, very cool stories. Very awesome. This one is number 7 of the regular Spirit series. This is in color, which honestly, I don't feel the color does anything for the artwork. I'd much rather see black and white. But I can understand why, you know, in the marketplace they needed to do a color version. So anyway, these stories were from 1946, and it's interesting because I like the 1940 stories better than I like the 1946 stories. The 1940 stories were a little bit better defined story-wise, whereas by 1946, I guess, if you're reading the newspapers, you knew who the spirit was, so you didn't need as much explanation. You kind of, as you go through the stories, you have to fill in the gaps a little bit by yourself. Which I realized after, like, the second story, there's actually 5 stories in here. But they're pretty good. You know, the art's fantastic, of course. They're interesting stories. This one deals with this idol that the guy's got. The guy's a crook, but the idol is supposed to protect anybody where they can't die. So the spirit is trying to catch him, and bad things keep happening to the spirit because he can't die. But while he's beating up on the spirit, somebody else steals the statue. So now the statue's protecting the other guy, and it's like a little bit like a MacGuffin, but not quite, because not everybody's chasing it. But it goes from person to person, and it's an interesting short story. Should have probably been a little bit longer, which maybe is the problem I have with these stories. Is he developed the stories to be basically full-fledged stories, but didn't really have enough room to squeeze it all in the few pages that he had to work with. This one is interesting. The police commissioner basically going nuts. They're trying to solve the murder of this guy, and it turns out that the guy's not even dead, that he faked everything. to get somebody else committed for the crime of killing him, and then he collected some money or something, and then so they can't touch him because he didn't really, I guess technically he didn't do anything against the law, but the spirit basically just follows him around until the guy breaks and cracks up. And then the story after that, this one, the Lost Fortnight, it's called Ebony, the spirit's sidekick here, is addicted to soda pop, right? He's trying to quit drinking sarsaparilla. And the spirit leaves him with this fake adding machine that is actually a device for setting off atomic bombs that have been hidden in various places. While the spirit goes undercover with a fake machine to try and capture the bad guys, but they figure out who he is. And but meanwhile, Ebony's going crazy for not having a soda pop, so he sells the machine to a pawn shop to get money so he can get sarsaparilla. And then so meanwhile the spirit and the FBI are dealing with the criminals, and the guy at the pawn shop's trying to get the adding machine to work, and he keeps just punching in random numbers and blowing things up. But all's well that ends well. And then this one, Dulcet Tone, you've got two femme fatales in a gang and being rivals with each other. And the spirit and the police bring them down. But of course in an interesting way. And then there's, instead of advertising pages, they put in a sneak preview of Megaton Man, which was new at the time. And this was hilarious. It's got a takeoff of the Fantastic Four in here, but this orange guy, instead of being the Thing, he's Yarn Man, because he's made out of yarn, right? So, instead of saying it's clobberin' time, he says it's knit one, purl two time before he hits somebody. And the see-through girl makes her costume invisible, but not herself, to distract a Megaton Man while the other members of the team get a laser pointed at him. So it's very short, but it's funny and fun. And I just can't recommend The Spirit enough. I mean, these, but like I said, I like the 1940 ones better than these stories, but each one has so much going on in it. It's so detailed, so well done. I would recommend any one of these little stories as better than any 6 modern comics. I mean, honestly, for the most part, you know, it's just, this is amazing stuff. And I got these from Matt again. I got a whole box of Spirit comics, a whole box of Spirit magazines. I can't thank Matt enough for making those available to me. And I will be keeping all of them because this stuff is just pure genius, and I love it very much. So that's Matt. He's on YouTube now. Heroes for Hire Comics Club. If you haven't found him and subscribed yet, please do so. He puts out great videos. He has a sale every Sunday at noon on Whatnot under the name of Ghost of Tom Joad 76. And he's just a really great guy. He's you're somebody that if you're buying comics, why not buy from somebody that's worthwhile? So please give him a look and a like. And we'll get on to this box of comics over here. See what we got. Let's see. This one came from Power Hockey Camps, which usually has some good stuff in there for me. 60 comics in this box, came out to 61 cents a piece. So hopefully we got some good stuff in this one. Looks good. I see a Defenders on top. Got Defenders 63, 35 center. This one is from 1978. Not as clean as it could be. A lot of stuff going on up here in the yellow logo. Dirt or something. But Defenders was such a great comic. Just a lot of fun. Look at this guy. Who did the art on this? Sal Buscema and Jim Mooney. At the end, they all get arrested. Which is probably the way it would happen in real life, you know. Let's see, we got number 64 as well. A little bit better shape. So this would have been the next one after they got arrested. I wonder how that turned out. If that... looks like they just all ran away instead of letting the cops arrest them. Which is also probably pretty true to life. Great stuff. Well, this one's in a little bit better shape. It was in this... This is like an old bag, but it's a very thick one. I've never seen one like this before with so much thickness to it. Some Alpha Flight, number 115. 114. Here's a Ashcan, I guess, a Swamp Thing. It's a Swamp Thing preview. Swamp Thing / Lucifer preview. So, just a one of those freebies that they would give you at the comic shop. This is the Lucifer side. Uncanny X-Men number 281, start of the new team. I used to have all of this. Amazing Spider-Man 437. Just starring Sync from Generation X. And here's old J. Jaws, Incredible Hulk number 213 from 1977. Trying to remember the name of the black guy that was Hulk's friend, and I can't remember what his name was. Knights of Pendragon, number 11. Namor, number 1. Uncanny X-Men, 188. This one's got some cover issues on the back, just a couple foldovers in the corners. kind of worn, got a corner issue up here where it's chipped a little bit. Hulk in the Pit by Peter David and Dale Keown. Never know how to pronounce people's names. From Icon, we got Dream Police. Not sure what that's about, but I see a lot of dinosaurs. Let's see. The Man with No Name, number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Those look cool. Should check out the art in that, see what it looks like. It's from Dynamite, so it should be pretty good. The Good, the Bad, and the Uglier. Illustrated by Wellington Diaz. Well, not a whole lot of dialogue in here, but the art's pretty cool. Not the greatest. I'd prefer more background, but not that bad. Some more Uncanny X-Men. Here's number 186. 192. Detective Comics 623. 641. 609. And annual number 9 from 1996. And annual number 5 from 1992. Sam Keith Joker cover. And here's Detective 758. 757. 753. 752, Poison Ivy cover. 751. And JLA number 36. JLA 37. I guess I should try and keep these in order if they all go together. 38. 39. Oh, here's some earlier ones. 34. 32. 33. I'll figure it out later, I guess. 31. 30. 29. Guess starting the JSA. 26. 24. 25. 23. And classic New Teen Titans, number 23. Black Star and Starfire, great George Perez Black Panther number 26. And 2 copies of that. Here's a Black Panther from 1988, number 4 from the miniseries. And there's number 2. And number 1. Fortunately, we're missing number 3. And another Detective Comics Annual, number 4 from 1991. From Serious Comics, Crypt of Dawn, Volume 5. This is... I'm not sure what this is. Thought it was... It looks like it's a anthology of some sort. Since the art keeps changing throughout. Poster in the middle. And some nudity, as we saw a couple pages ago. This last art on this last story looks really good. And back cover as well. And Marvel Fanfare number 3 and 4. Hulk Smash number 1. Hulk versus Quasimodo number 1. And Hulk Chapter 1, the 1999 annual. I'm not sure exactly what this is. If this is Hulk annual, or was there a this is the Hulk 1999 annual. So I'm not sure what the chapter 1 means. I guess it's just basically retells his origin, it looks like. And Incredible Hulk Annual number 20 from 1994. Abominable Tales. Hulk Annual from 1993, number 19. Seeing if this is still sealed. It's got the trading card inside. Yeah, it's still sealed. No, it's not sealed. Somebody opened it at the bottom to fool you into thinking it was sealed. But it does still have the trading card in there. So since it's not sealed, we'll go ahead and put it back in the bag. Oh, here's another one. I wonder if this one's sealed. This one is sealed. So I'm going to leave that one out of the bag so I can tell that. I should put those together. Here's number 18 from 1992, part of the Return of the Defenders storyline that ran through some annuals. I think it was in the Doctor Strange annual and the Silver Surfer annual. And here is number 17 from 1991. Quite a few annuals in this box. And here is Marvel Fanfare number 2. This was the second series when they were 99 cents. Got Hulk and Wolverine. Can you say more, bub? And that's it for that box. Let's Let me see if I can make sense out of this madhouse. I guess the annuals don't necessarily have to go together, but it'd be kind of nice to have the Marvel Fanfare 3 and 4 together. Those get the mini-series together and try to put the JLAs in the right order. 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 36 through 39. And then were the detectives in order: 751, 752, 753, 57, 58. And then these are annuals and older ones, so those don't matter so much. Okay. Did want to take a look, because this is obviously a Poison Ivy issue as well. Oh, okay. I was thinking this was the last one, so, and I thought that was a really long Poison Ivy story, but oh wow, the art sucks. Nice cover. The art is Sean Martinborough, Steve Mitchell on pencils. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. It's just not in a style I like for Batman. Wonder if it got any better. Probably not. Same creative team on these. So, oh well. Can't like it all, I guess. Dream Police looked interesting. And Uncanny X-Men's Man with No Name could be cool. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a couple older issues with the Hulk and the Defenders in there. So, not a bad box. Not great. I would have preferred a little more, some more older stuff in there, but wasn't too bad, I guess. So I guess that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thank you. If you could hit that like button or subscribe if you're not subscribed, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.